Hello everyone, good day. My name is Lucky Gem L. Asibuke. You can call me Sir LG for short. I will be your instructor for the subject of CAD, Computer Aided Drafting. I'm sorry that I was not able to attend on-site because of a sudden shift in my schedule. That's why I have recorded this video for you to have a proper orientation on our class. Okay, so please finish this video. So this is the course syllabus. I hope you already downloaded this because I uploaded this in our Google Classroom already. So we are in the Quezon City University and San Bartolome campus. So we are under the College of Engineering, Department of Industrial Engineering. So the course title is Computer Aided Drafting. So for the course code, ES210L1, that is ES210L1. So you have one unit laboratory here. So there is no course prerequisite. And then the course description. This course deals with the concepts of computer aided drafting or CAD. So you will be using computer and this software, which is CAD, AutoCAD. Introduction to the CAD environment, terminologies, and the general operating procedures and techniques in entering and executing basic CAD comments. Okay, so in this course you will learn about this software. Okay, so the vision of the university is to be recognized as the #1 local university of employable graduates. Right? So the mission is to provide a comprehensive education that enhances the lives of QCU students for nation building and as world citizens. And then the core values: jointness of undertaking and organizational adaptability with yoke of efficiency and effectiveness. So that's the acronym of JOY, the name of your mayor. So QCU graduates are qualified in their chosen field locally and globally, competent and effective communicators, and unique in demonstrating their sense of genuine nationalism and patriotism. So let's go to the program outcomes. The QCian Industrial Engineering students are expected to have the following by taking this course. First is letter A, ability to apply knowledge of mathematics and science to solve complex industrial engineering problems. So in this course, you will also have engineering problems. So you will make a solution through drawing, okay, in AutoCAD. Ability to communicate effectively. So one form of communication of us engineers is through using CAD. When we communicate in the organization, we use visuals that we make through CAD. And lastly, ability to use techniques, skills, and modern engineering tools necessary for industrial engineering practice. So as industrial engineers, AutoCAD is one of the it is considered as one of the modern engineering tools. So for the course outcomes, at the end of the course, the students should be able to first define the terms related to computer aided drafting. Yeah, we will define first those terms so you will get familiar to them. Then identify the important tools used to create technical drawings in CAD. So there are many tools inside this software, so you should identify them. Create electronic drawings or e-drawings using CAD. Of course, you have to make an output And lastly is to appreciate the usefulness of the knowledge and skills in computer-aided drafting as applied in his or her professional development. Okay? Because as industrial engineers, being good at using AutoCAD is an advantage for us, because one of our work in the industry is making models of actual products or actual environments so that we can include them in the planning phase. Because as IEs, we are part of the management who plans for the organization. So being good in this software will serve us well in the industry. So now let's go to the outcomes-based teaching and learning, or OBTL plan. So for the week 1 learning outcomes, define the terms related to computer-aided drafting. Okay, so we will have the introduction of CAD. So we will discuss about the history, application, and use of CAD, the opening of CAD software, understanding the CAD user interface, so the mouse as digitizer. Okay, so digitizer of the workspace, status bar, ribbon, and function keys. So this is supposedly on site. Okay, but because we did not able to meet on site, we will be doing this online. So the learning and teaching resources that I will use is, I have a PowerPoint presentation, right? And I will be using laboratory handouts, references, and of course AutoCAD. So for the assessment, written and actual examination, or actual drawing. So your drawing here for the first week is a simple one, will be a simple one only, because we are just having an introduction of the software. Next, for the week 2 and 3, define the terms related to computer-aided drafting and identify the important tools used to create technical drawings in CAD. So here in week 2 to 3, we will be introducing drawing, 2D, two-dimensional drawing. So 2D drafting and annotation workspace, the drafting outlines using the line, circle, polyline, erase, undo, redo. And third, AutoCAD coordinate system, absolute coordinates, right? So it is scheduled as online. Okay, so the part of learning and teaching resources, as well as the assessment and task, are repetitive, as you notice them here. Okay, so it is also included in week 2 to 3, the relative Cartesian coordinates, relative polar coordinate, and number 4, AutoCAD mouse, point system, direct distance entry, polar tracking, and snap. Alright, so next, week 4 to 6, we'll define the terms related to the computer-aided drafting. So it is mentioned here again, and identify the important tools used to create technical drawings in CAD. So it is just repeated here. Okay, the learning outcome. So for the topic, drawing tools, object snap, dynamic input, and construction elements. We have linear, curves, special objects, offset, fillet, and trim, zoom and pan tools, layering, drawing and labeling or dimensioning, simple plan, setting text dimension style, special text characters, and editing text or dimensions. Right, so week 4 to 6 is scheduled on site. Then we have weeks 7 to 8. So the learning outcomes is just repeated here, and the topic is modifying tools: the copy tool, the mirror tool, the array tool, the move and rotate tool, scale, stretch, and extend tool, plotting and creating title block. Okay, so this is scheduled as online. So as you notice that the schedule for the methodology is alternate, on-site and online. Then in week 9, you will have your midterm examination. So it is on-site. In your midterm examination, uh, of course, you will be using computers, and I will give you set of drawings for you to complete. Next, weeks 10 to 11, define the terms related to computer-aided drafting. Identify the important tools used to create technical drawings in CAD. And create electronic drawings, e-drawing using CAD. So, in this week, weeks 10 to 11, you will be able to create electronic drawings or e-drawings using CAD. The topics are introduction in 3D modeling and navigating 3D. So 3D modeling workspace, setting up viewpoint system, orthographic and isometric, orthographic projection, isometric drawing, and hatching. That is this week's 10 to 11 is scheduled as online. Then weeks 12 to 14, same learning outcomes. So here you will do 3D solid model, 3D surfaces mode, and mesh model. So you will be doing here extrude, press pull, revolve, solid editing, solid primitive, solid editing, working with dynamic UCS or DUCS, other navigating tools, and the camera. So it is scheduled as online. Then for the weeks 15 to 17, define the terms related to the computer-aided drafting identity, or rather computer-aided drafting identity, identify the important tools used to create technical drawings in CAD, create electronic drawings. So the learning outcomes here, some learning outcomes are repeated, but here we have to appreciate the usefulness of the knowledge and skills in computer-aided drafting as applied in his or her professional development. Because here in the weeks 15 to 17, you will be learning about rendering. So you will be creating new generic material, color rendering, modifying other properties of the material, assigning an image as material, and lastly assigning lights. So that is scheduled as lab, online lab. Right? So your final examination on week 18, of course, should be on site. So you can have suggested readings of AutoCAD 2011, but I use AutoCAD 2023. Anyway, that's not a problem because all functionalities are almost the same. And you can also turn to online references. Alright, so expectation from student. The student's responsibility is to come to each class prepared and to participate actively in the discussions. Students should read the assigned coursework prior to class. Okay, so you should study prior to our class. Study those terms included in this course syllabus prior to our class and present reports as a schedule. So I will not be giving you any reports here. So but I will be giving you some recitation. So he or she is also expected to take all quizzes and examinations and to submit all courses requirements on the dates scheduled. Right? So you will have quizzes. Okay? In terms of plates, you will be having drawing plates. So he or she is expected to always observe proper and polite behavior, adhering to the rules of the policies of QCU. So I suppose that all of you have the polite behavior because you are already young adults. You are college students, young professionals. Next is language of instruction is in English, but we can also talk in Tagalog when we are inside the classroom. So next, attendance. Students are required to attend all classes starting with the first meeting. So non-attendance is in any required class or academic activity constitutes an absence. So you will have a mark if you do not attend a class. A student who has been absent for more than 20% of the hours of recitation, lectures, or any other scheduled work in this course shall be automatically dropped from the class roll, and registrar shall be advised accordingly. So if we have 18 meetings, so what is the 20% of 18? So that is the 20% of 18 meetings is 3.6. Okay, so round of 4 meetings. So you should not be absent for at least 4 meetings. Okay, you maximum 3 meetings absent. Okay, because if you incurred a 4 meetings absent, then you will be incurring 20%, okay, of the hours of recitation, lectures, and any other schedule of work. Okay, and she will be dropped. So you can only have at least 3 absents. Next, student rights and responsibilities. The QCU student manual establishes students' freedoms and protection as well as expectations of appropriate behavior and ethical academic work. So if you have this manual, do read them. So the handbook includes items such as the policy on the student rights, the policy on student conduct, and the academic integrity policy. Alright? So next, academic integrity. Any work that students submit should be their own work. So not borrowed, copied from any other source, including their classmates. So if I found out that you only scanned the work of your classmate, then you will be punished. So when using other people's ideas to substantiate their ideas, students are expected to properly cite the original source. So you can always cite or recognize your source, okay? But of course, your classmate uh, is a wrong source, okay? Because it is a form of copying from your classmate. So be sure to have legit sources. You can have it online. There are many resources online. So proper citation procedure shall be discussed in class. So any act of cheating or plagiarism shall be treated in accordance with the Institute of Policy on Academic Integrity. So depending upon the individual violation, students could face penalties ranging from failing the assignment to failing the class. Okay, so anyway, the teacher or I jurisdiction about this. Okay, so it is in my decision if uh, if I will be punishing you in failing the assignment or failing the class. Next, grading system. The College of Engineering follows the university grading system given below. So midterm grade, the class standing 60%. These are the recitations, seat works, assignments, attendance, etc. And the midterm exam grade. Okay? So it is the same with the final term grade. So 60-40 equals to 100. So for your final grade, 50% for the midterm grade and 50% for the final term grade. Okay? Total of 100%. Or midterm grade plus final term grade divided by 2. So that is the grading system. So for the rubrics of course output requirements, I will be giving it to you prior to an assignment, as well as this table of assessment criteria for grading task output. So next, student course portfolio. So all exercises, activities, and requirements for the course must be compiled by the students and must be submitted to the instructor before the end of the semester. So all your plates in AutoCAD, drawing plates, should be compiled and be submitted to me at the end of the semester. So learners with disabilities, so if any one of you have disabilities, then the University of the College of Engineering strives to make all learning experiences as accessible as possible. If a student anticipates or experiences barriers based on their disability, including the mental health, chronic or temporary medical conditions, the student need to inform their instructor. So inform me immediately so that I can discuss options privately with you. So we will have some adjustment with you. So to establish reasonable accommodations, the students need to register in the list of learners with disabilities. So you have to register here if you have a disability, which is in the Office of the Student Affairs and Services. So syllabus flexibility. The instructor, so I reserve the right to amend or change the syllabus as needed. Okay, so I can improve or change the syllabus. For example, the instructor may modify content and or substitute assignments in response to institutional weather or class situations. Okay, any modifications, however, must be communicated by the instructor to the dean through the chairperson. Approved changes shall be discussed by the instructor in the class. So I will be notifying you if I change any here. Okay, so I am your instructor, Lucky Gem L. Cebuque. So Sir LG na lang for short. Okay, so that is your syllabus, course syllabus. So if you have any questions, please feel free to message me.